I have a confession to make. First, I want you to make a confession to me. How many of you have dreaded up waking up and going to school the next day to notice that you have not prepared for the test? Well, I admit that I have done that on more than one occasion. So what would make us not study the night before? Could it be that students are professional procrastinators? Maybe it's a lack of confidence or retention, or maybe even self-esteem. Students are constantly complaining about bad grades, or that they don't have a clue about what is going on in the class. But if you ask them if they studied, I bet 99% of them will say no. We have a problem in this world with students not preparing themselves for important tests or subjects that are foreign to them. Believe me, I was guilty of not studying in my early years, but when I reached high school, I realized how important it was. Today I will address the problem of students lacking good and effective study skills, which is leading to bad grades. Next, I will follow up with a solution to inform you on effective strategies and benefits of studying in order to help prevent failure. Finally, I'll persuade you to develop effective study skills and learn different strategies to help you study more efficiently. And I'll urge you to take 30 to 45 minutes out of your day to sit down and study in all the classes you have. Obviously, as stated, there is a problem with students not studying, but the main problem is students are not using the right study skills or strategies to help them be successful. In their defense, maybe the students just don't know or haven't been taught effective study skills or strategies. According to Dunlosky and his team, underlining, reading or rereading, and summarization all get a thumbs down. These strategies are not effective when it comes to studying. Dunlosky also goes on to say that highlighting is just a waste of ink. Students who study with highlighters often spend most of the time looking for items that highlight and miss out on the higher order of thinking tasks like evaluation, analysis, and synthesis. In a college student survey at an elite university, 84% of students listed rereading as their primary study tactic. Rereading does not help students' scores. It actually leads to superficial memorization and doesn't help students build a foundation for long-term learning. Teachers normally suggest students to summarize, but this is not an effective way to study either. Using this method is an efficient use of study time. I have a solution to the problem presented of students not using the correct skills or strategies to help them study successfully. As a student, you can prevent this problem by developing good study skills and effective strategies. What are these skills and strategies? According to Edward Kane, who's an instructor at Northwestern University, pre-tests, spacing out your work, self-quizzing, interleading practice, and paraphrasing and reflecting are the best ways to help you in your studies. When students practice answering questions, even incorrectly, before knowing the content, their future learning is enhanced. Journalist Richard Cornell presents a graph that consists of students who used the technique of taking pre-tests versus students who did not. His research shows that students who incorporate pre-tests into their studying have higher post-test scores. Remember to always space out your practice. Focus on studying different topics every other day. If you try to cram it in all in one night, and you'll forget most of the information. When it comes to self-quizzing, take the questions off the study guide and have someone else quiz you or make flashcards and put the answers on the back. Always answer every question, even the ones you are unfamiliar with. Students mostly rely on block practice or just studying a set of problems. A more effective way is to work on problems that are related but not all the same kind. An example would be a set of word problems that include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Many of us have read a few paragraphs in the book only to realize we didn't retain a single concept or key point. So I encourage you to take about 30 to 45 minutes for each class to study and make sure to remember to utilize these skills. Once again, they're to create pre-test, space out your practice, self-quiz yourself, work on all problems, not just the ones you're unfamiliar with, and finally, paraphrase and reflect. To Developing study skills and strategies can bring many benefits. According to News Company, a website that updates about news, about health, money, business news, and many more, developing study skills can benefit students' qualities. One benefit allows you to make better use of your time. Time management is an essential ingredient for your success. Regardless if you're a student or an employee, you need to properly manage your time so you'll be able to accomplish all of your responsibilities in life. Good study habits will require you to follow a routine so you'll be able to use your time better. Another benefit is it can boost your confidence. When you follow a good study habit, you'll be confident knowing that you can answer all the questions that a quiz or test might throw at you. All the things you've learned will make you feel accomplished and help you to become more competitive because you know that you can answer all of the questions. Lastly, it can improve your retention. According to Terry Ann Sosa, who is the Director of Education at Blackboard, says this is why students study to gain retention. She also goes on to say that people want to remember all the things they learned in the past so they can pass an exam or any interview in the future. Good study habits allow information to be locked in your head so you can remember things that you have learned days or weeks ago. In conclusion, I urge you to take time to develop beneficial study skills and strategies. I encourage you to take these skills and study 30 to 45 minutes in each class, and I promise you will see increasing progress. Once again, these skills consist of pre-tests, spacing out your practice, quizzing yourself, working on all problems, and paraphrase and reflect. You want to avoid underlining and highlighting, rereading and summarization. Developing study skills can also benefit you in many ways, such as improving time management, boosting your confidence, and improving retention. Coach Bobby Knight said, "The will to win is not nearly as important as the will to prepare to win." So I'll close by saying learn the necessary skills to put in the time needed so that you'll be prepared for success.